Carla, how
Hey,
are ya?
I'm so happy to be here. It's so good to see you. I
So
was just
happy to have you.
watching ah and listening, and that makes me really emotional too. I was like, oh, can I just watch for? I know
The
it's kind of weird, but
the
like,
intro.
huh?
You're watching the intro, were you?
Yeah, I mean, you're really emotional to like. You did a really good job of editing all those scenes together, and I was like, oh. And I love that song. It's just, I don't know, just brings me back to the story.
Man, that
Cyberpunk.
song is so. That's such a great song, isn't it?
It's beautiful. It's yeah, it's really beautifully written. I think anyway. And it helps that it kind of like packs a punch as the story develops, as you get closer in in relationship, whether it's friendship or love. Music just moves people, right? So like
Oh
it's
yeah.
kind of it's just naughty that they put that in there because how can you not?
Did you know about that song? Like, when did you find out that was going in?
Very late
Yeah.
into the process, and really one of the last sessions we had, it was during the pandemic, that they played it for me, and I hummed it, and it was really pretty. But that's when I learned of it. I didn't know anything about it before that. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you know. People are very excited to have you on today.
I'm
They've.
excited. I saw people there. I've seen your previous Cyberpunk interviews, which has been wonderful. Like you have such
Thank you.
lovely energy. And this is like my first big interview thing. Like I've been super shy for 1,000 reasons.
Why?
But
You're so talented.
you're so sweet. Artists, we have self-doubts, and then there's I don't know why, it's just me.
Because this
But
this
it's
is
really
this isn't your first rodeo. I've played a few games that you're in actually. Rage
yeah.
2, Fallout. I mean, the list goes on. Where did it all begin for you?
You mean games or
Yeah, well,
acting?
just acting in general. Yeah, yeah,
Acting since I was little. Since
yeah.
the one place I just had this timeless feeling on stage. Ever since I was little, I've been like, I just remember being in a really cheesy like Christmas song presentation. I was super young, and like part of this core, I think it was like Charlie Brown Christmas songs. I don't know what it was, but and I just felt I I have always felt like I remember having an image of feeling like a piece of metal. This is gonna sound really pretentious, but
No,
I felt
no.
like I felt like a piece of copper or something, and there was electricity coming through me to the audience, and that connection feels so wonderful to me. That no matter what's happening in my life, if I can find that connection with an audience, whether it's live or not, it just feels so good. I don't know. Yeah, that's
So you did a lot of theatre at the start of your career, and
yeah.
then moved into voicing in games, or
Yeah, yeah. I guess I did. I was in acting school in New York City, and in between the 2 years that I was at this program at the neighborhood playhouse, I did a show, and we had a dialect coach. I had to learn an Eastern Tennessee accent for a really cool play called Five Women Wearing the Same Dress, which like everybody's done. Anyway, and the coach, I kept taking lessons with him because I'm a nerd and I love doing accents. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna study
yeah,
everything. And he knew I spoke Spanish, and he asked me to help him coach a model on an Avon commercial. She was a German model who couldn't speak Spanish at all, and so I would coach her. I would say the lines for this Avon commercial in English and in Spanish, and she would mimic them when she was on camera. And he pitched
wow,
me to Avon to be their voice in English and Spanish.
wow,
And
that's a
they were
big
like, "You
deal.
have a demo?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure," which is a lie. I just put it together like that night or that the next day, and I just kind of started hustling and following the path of least resistance and voiceover. It's wonderful. Yeah.
And then got an agent, I guess. And
Yeah.
then what was your first game? Do you remember?
My first game, I moved. That was in New York. I moved to. Did I do a game? No, I moved to LA. I oh my gosh, there's like a game, a non-union game I did ages ago, and I can't even remember what it's called. Don't quote me on this.
It
Oh my
must
god,
it,
they're gonna.
it must have been a good gig, eh?
But I shut up. No, it was really fun. I'm just I got a messy brain, okay? But let me think. There was a game I did.
I'll help
Which
you
one
out.
was it?
I'll help you
Tom.
out.
Thank you. I'm like, they're not all in order.
Saints Row, the third?
No, that wasn't the first one I
No,
recorded. It was one that I did with Tom Keegan. Oh my god, quick, everybody do research on IMDb.
the
I read,
Division. No, that would have been the
nope,
Division. That was later.
even sooner. I should know these things for a gaming interview.
That's all right. It's all
But
good.
and I love him as a director, and so I don't know. That was a good start. Yeah. If I find it, should I look it up while we're talking? Anyway.
Oh, that's fine. It's all good.
Okay.
So talk me through 2020 for you. How did you find it? Because it was a weird year, wasn't it?
It was kind of like, what year? What are you talking about? Yeah, my brain kind of mush. It was a very weird year. It was a very weird year. Like Sinatra. It was bizarre. It was scary. Have you all been in fight or flight? Because I have. Like I'm like, it's a weird situation to be in a global pandemic. Um,
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
was I was terrified and wanting to make sure to keep my parents alive, and I was like, you can't go anywhere. Like just like keeping them trapped in their home, and
Oh,
that's
that's sweet.
challenging.
Keeping everyone safe. Well, but you
Yeah,
were working during the pandemic,
but
weren't you?
I was like, in my industry, where I was with voiceover is I had a lot of momentum, and so it picked up. I did a lot of work. I did it all from home. Um, Everything from games a little less because they require far better sound quality than other things. So some of them were hesitant to like record that much, but I did do some game work. And animation and cartoons. Really, voiceover became like the money makers for our industry, for our union. Like
Mm,
we kind of picked up the slack because on
100%.
camera just yeah, it was
So you
dangerous.
don't have a booth at home?
I do, yeah, what like in my like define booth. This is how many people scrambled. I have a
Yeah.
little closet. I'm
Yeah.
not at home, so I also
Oh,
have a
okay.
makeshift booth. But I had a tiny closet, like 34 by 21 inches. I quickly got some like whatever Home Depot had within 24
Oh,
hours, like
that's
some
cool.
cork and padding, and put it on my closet and just stuck my recording equipment in there. And had to ask my neighbors to turn off their air conditioning every time I recorded, which was
Oh
very
no,
sweet.
really?
I
Because you could
love you
hear
guys
it.
if anybody's watching. Huh? Yeah, they
Far
were
out.
so sweet. And I must be so annoying. Yeah,
And so you did. Doesn't it get sweaty in there?
very. That's normal. That's the voice. That's
Oh, in
you. Just so
general.
you know, we're all drenched when we're like
Even just
recording.
really, even in a normal booth.
Normal booths aren't that well ventilated. Unless your booth is fancy, it's gonna be hot, and so you
Really?
best
Yeah.
wear something.
Well, I guess yeah. I guess because you just can't get any other sound in there. It's got to be just the voice, doesn't it? So
Yeah, what you
having an
care about.
aircon going isn't
It
practical.
is. It's more challenging than you can imagine to soundproof something.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for
So where
sure.
are you now? Are you based in LA or New York or what?
I'm based in LA. I'm in London right now. Um,
Ooh,
yes, I'm in
working on a few
London.
things, eh?
Uh, working on a few things. Sort of like transitioning there. I just had the opportunity to possibly like work here due to an sort of an EU passport thing, and there was the Brexit transition. And if I made it in
Oh,
time, I could try to establish that here because I acting in the UK is or anywhere. I like to act in every country in the world if I could because I just love this planet and I love traveling and I love watching films in different languages and I just the
oh,
UK has
really?
such beautiful yeah, the UK has such beautiful theater and beautiful film and TV, don't you think the actors are amazing here? I just wanted the
Oh,
chance to be able to work here, so
well, I got two questions off the back of that. First one, foreign films.
Yeah.
Give me some of your faves that you've seen
Oh, I have
lately.
lately, damn. Oh
Have you
man.
seen Parasite? That's my favorite that springs to mind.
I
I love
haven't
that
seen it.
film.
Don't
Oh,
kill me.
really?
Because and it's a Korean film, right? Because I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
like Korean. I love the language, and
yeah.
I just know that. So I'm a like a dweeb. Like I get scared really easily. That tricked me into watching thrillers and horror films. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
watched it because I know it's gonna freak me out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is pretty full on at parts.
But I've
Um,
seen a lot of Korean TV shows and stuff, and ugh,
yeah.
I yeah. Anyway, I mean, I know it's not the same as Parasite, obviously, but yeah, I've heard it's amazing. Um, yeah, I've been watching shows like from India a lot lately. I'm
Really?
watching like
Wow.
a cartoon show.
Bollywood
I
stuff.
love it. Hmm?
Bollywood stuff?
No,
No?
like dramas. I think it was
Like full on
it's just
dramas. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
It's my way of traveling when it's not really that safe to travel.
So, speaking of traveling, have you ever been down under to Australia?
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh,
I know, and
you've
I
got to come
will.
down.
I do. My sister's been there. She freaking loved it.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, she had a blast. She was on a work trip. I think she stayed extra just to like hang out with the Aussies because it was awesome.
Well,
Do you call?
I'm sure there'll be conventions or something for you guys down the line. Or probably in the
Hopefully.
works already,
We'll
I'm
see.
guessing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I can you predict anything in the pandemic? I've never been
No.
to a Comic Con or a
Oh,
con.
really?
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, would you be nervous going to one?
Yes, of course. You can take that as a given. Yeah.
Justin here says, "Your personality is so beautiful, Carla. It's amazing."
Aw,
And then
that's
Williams says, Velko says, "My jaw hurts from smiling right
aw,
now."
that's really sweet. I really love connecting with you guys. Like, I only really started social media-ing with like for work purposes, like with,
Mm.
audience members, gamers. And I'm like a lot of people, not the best at it, but it really is lovely to connect. And I did see some names from my Instagram account there, people who are
Oh, did you?
so
Yeah,
supportive and so kind. And it's really exciting to have you guys.
that's awesome. Maximilian says, "Where are your parents from? Because you know Spanish fluently, don't you?"
Is that what else? Who is this Maximilian? I don't know if he's one of my dearest friends or it's just a coincidence that his name is Max. But
I don't know. Yeah.
my parents are from Uruguay,
Oh, wow.
and Chile. My dad's from Chile. My mom's from Uruguay. I have
Can you
family in
say that
Argentina.
again? That was music to my ears, the way you said that.
Uruguay, Chile, y
Oh,
Argentina.
man.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's how you got the goods, eh?
I think that's absolutely part
Mm.
of what I find to be a deep connection with Judy. There's no question that it's home for me. Like I grew up speaking Spanish. My extended family is all in South America. I speak Spanish to my siblings and my parents. Also English with my siblings. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's here.
Does that give you? Do you think that gives you an advantage against other people when going up
Hmm.
against roles, or not really?
Oh, um, for like Latin roles, absolutely.
Yeah.
And in the voiceover industry specifically, if you are bilingual, if you can speak Spanish and English fluently,
Mm.
that was really my in.
That's what I'm
It was my
saying.
in.
Yeah. It must
Big
be.
demand.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for
So
sure.
how was the BAFTAs last night?
Oh, it's magical. It's nervous as chisel, of course. I was like, got in there. I was like, I'm just gonna sit on my hands. I was like telling people that I was gonna sit on my hands, and I was like helping people who were having tech trouble,
Oh,
because
were
I was
you?
so nervous. I was like, I'm just gonna rescue people, to get away from my nerves. I got to go. My sister lives here, so I was in a bubble with her and her family, and I went to their house which was nice. And it was beautiful. Like we were on the Discord app. Can you tell I'm so
Oh, you're on
experienced?
Discord, not on Zoom.
We were on Discord. Yeah, and they had us in waiting rooms, beautifully organized. I've never been to an awards ceremony like that. This is the way to do it. We were so
Is it?
relaxed. We had such a good time watching the show together. I'm sitting there with like, Logan Cunningham and Troy Baker and Shannon Woodward and like Jeffrey Pierce, all these beautiful people
Wow,
hanging
yeah.
out. People talking to their kids. Oh, I gotta go pee. Are you wearing socks?
Oh,
Like,
so you guys get to talk while it's going on in the
yep.
background.
Yep.
Ah,
And,
okay.
and then like for like a second they're like, and now we announce the performer.
And you're
It's like,
on. Yeah, and all of a
yeah,
sudden you're on, right.
yeah, yeah. And it was beautiful. Logan won for best supporting I you know what I mean, performer in
Yeah,
a supporting role. And
yeah.
he's just a wonderful human being and so talented. Everybody was. It was yeah. It was
From
magical.
Hades. Yeah.
Yeah, Hades, which won a
Yeah.
lot of awards. I'm so excited for them.
It's good when an indie game like that, an indie project gets up. Like
It is.
I think it really helps.
It
Because
is, and getting yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it's just cool because we know how good The Last of Us 2 is, and we know how good Ghost of Tsushima is, and they've won so
Yeah.
many awards. So it is good to have, Hades get up,
Hmm.
don't you think?
Yeah, it's super inspiring. And I was sitting there getting to know everybody and talking to Logan. And, he grew up with like the people who created the game. Like, we
Oh,
were talking
really?
to them as well. He was like, yeah, I went to high school with him and they've known each other since the second grade. And we put our high school teacher in Hades too, and I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. Like, and genuinely, oh, such a beautiful, authentic being. And I'm hearing this before he wins. So
So
to
it
hear the
makes it
thank
even
you,
better.
oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So talk to me about this phenomenal character of Judy. How did it all begin for you? Because I mean, what a character, like to sink your teeth into.
I got lucky that the planets aligned.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there's the planets have to align for you to land on such a part, and the timing to be right in your sort of development, I think, as an actor.
Yeah.
Um, I got the audition through my agency, SBV, who I love. They're just wonderful. And ay, ¿qué pasó? Yeah, I did I think one callback via MP3, and then they called me in for another callback to the studio at Side LA. And this is a funny story. I thought it was a callback for Sasquatch, and I was like, "Yeah." Do you know Sasquatch, the
No.
character in Cyberpunk? She's this mega muscle. I think she's in an
Oh,
animal
okay,
movie,
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I was like, I'm such a badass. I'm gonna go in for this. I'm gonna kill it. Like, and ready for that. Sit down with the director, and he's like, yeah. Oh yeah, because we thought Judy was like a code name.
Oh,
For
really?
Sasquatch.
Yeah, because everything's a
He's
code
like,
name.
yeah, everything's a code name.
Like,
And he's
would
describing Judy.
you wouldn't
Yeah,
have
go ahead.
even known it was called Cyberpunk, no? At that time?
Uh, at that point, I may have known
Okay.
pretty early on. I think it's rare that that happens, but we
Yeah.
did know. It was Keanu had already. By the time I auditioned, Keanu was already part of the
Really?
game.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, he was describing Judy as this like young tech person who's really chill and smart and kind of like not quite an introvert. But I was like, what? And I just went, I have a question. It's like I thought I was coming to audition for Sasquatch, and he just smiled. He's like, no, no, this is very much not Sasquatch. This is Judy. That probably put me in a good open space. And I don't know. I did the audition, and I think I found out a few weeks later that I got the role. And
Well, that's quick.
yeah, 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 yeah.
They must have loved you.
I huh?
They must have
I
loved
guess
you, eh?
I guess so. I don't know. I think I I would just I had done a significant number of roles in games and stuff, so I just sort of try to do my best at everything. It doesn't always work, but I do. And I really did not know. I did not know what Judy would end up being like. I just
Oh, really?
the whole time was like, I hope they don't kick me out of this. I hope I'm good enough. I hope I'm doing her justice. I
It's
have
the
no
same
idea.
for Jeremy, Gavin, Emily. Everyone thinks they're gonna get fired.
I don't know why. It's like, well, but maybe they're just. I give kudos to Side LA. I think they're just wonderful. They're wonderful people, wonderful at casting. Maybe they just trust their gut, and like maybe the Cyberpunk people just really knew what they wanted so much, CD Project Red, and just picked people even though we just felt like underdogs.
Is it?
Who knows?
Is that because of Keanu? Because he's such a big name, and you, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, "Oh, they're going to get some Hollywood actor to replace me." Is that why?
Possibly because it's that, and Cyberpunk was already clearly popular. I was like, what is this? That I was like, why would they want me to play that? Like I don't know. I'll do it, but it's your problem if it doesn't go well. You hired me. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I feel like that a lot. I feel like that a
Well,
lot.
Nico here says they were lucky they found you, and I
Oh,
agree. I
that's
agree.
really kind. That's really kind.
You did know the magnitude of the game coming in? You did know how big and hyped this beast of a thing was?
I knew it was hyped, but I
Yeah.
didn't know how hyped. I knew games are hyped.
Yeah.
I just did not know. I did not
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Not the extent.
What is it like? What is it like working with Keanu? No, no, I know no one met him, but like,
I will tell. No, I never met him.
yeah,
But I will say that sometimes we got to like hear, male or female V or whatever, and we got to respond and act with the depending on where we were in recording stages. Like we could act with the voice of the person, who we were acting with. They would play like the thing, the sound bite. Makes it better, I think. And yeah, I remember the first time they played a clip of Johnny Silverhand.
Oh, really?
I have no idea what he said. I don't know what part it was. Don't ask me because I can't remember. But they played his voice. I was supposed to say my line. I think the director was saying something directy, and I was like, "Stop talking. I cannot hear you right now." And I just threw myself against the wall. I was like, "I need to get over this. I just heard." I was like, because I grew up with a crush on him.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
He's wonderful.
He's an awesome guy. I think he's pretty down to earth for being that
I don't-
famous.
Yeah, I don't know him, but what I see of him is just lovely. I just think he, is a very conscious, being. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, would you say this was your biggest role in video game to date?
I think so. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that true? Yeah. Am I crazy?
Because you've had some pretty cool roles. Rage 2, as I said before, Fallout 4. What else? You've been in a bunch of things.
This is something my nephews play. Is I did the sort of voice match ish in the Lego movie. Oh, how does this go to work again? The
Lego movie game.
Yeah.
What were you in that?
I did the Lucy Wild style voice.
Oh, you did too.
And
yeah.
I know I did more. What's her name? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, but that's the main voice that I did. So, and then I got I think one of the roles that I did that wasn't as huge, but it's still significant was in Wolfenstein: The New Order. I played Tekla.
Oh, of course.
Not everybody knows about that game, but
you got the accent going, don't you? In that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're unrecognizable in that one. I got a question here from where is it? Anarchy. He says, "Hey Carla, what was your biggest challenge portraying Judy?"
A ver. Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Damn, I hadn't thought about that one. What's my biggest challenge? really know. I think at least psychologically, I felt at the beginning of every session, they always played the sample lines that we first recorded to keep her vibe and sound consistent. And
Oh,
I
okay.
think that always made me feel like, not made me feel like, it made it important to make sure to stay true to Judy's vibe. Okay, like Cyberpunk, I feel that CD Projekt Red had such a clear they're so design oriented. Cyberpunk in general is such a design oriented world, right? Like you think of Blade Runner, all that culture. It's so much about a feeling that's brought forth through aesthetic, unless I'm mistaken. That's my opinion. Feels like they're so clear on what feeling they want to portray in almost every aspect of the design, including the characters. And I really wanted to stay true to that. I think that was the most challenging thing because there were challenging emotional scenes, but they were so well written that it was actually semi effortless. It was more so staying true to their to the agreed to sort of character of Judy. That was challenging for me, I think.
Great answer. That Anarchy was a she, by the way, not a he. That's my mistake.
Oh, hi,
Um,
hi.
no, that's my
Hello.
mistake. I also saw, IMDb how it has a star meter, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
you were at 80,000, right? And then when the game came out, you were at 1,000. Like,
Yeah.
that's just crazy to me.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Did you?
that's what I'm talking about in terms of impact. That's a lot of people. Like, yeah,
That's
I
that's
think.
unbelievable. How many people is that? I don't know how it works, but geez,
I don't
that's
know.
that's
I don't know how it works
crazy.
either, but that's a lot of that's a lot. I think it's never happened before.
Um,
Yeah.
Amanda says, "Are there any ways Judy is similar to you?"
Yes, I think so. I think she's passionate. Um, she wears her heart on her sleeve. Something I'm learning, not trying not to do everywhere constantly. I'm trying to learn not to do that. I don't think she's learned that at all. Um, who I'm not the perfect friend, but I have been called a fierce friend.
Oh, I like
Um,
that. What does that
and
mean? A fierce friend?
meaning,
You've got their back?
I don't know, I guess I have to ask my friend. And
Yeah.
but I think that when a friend is hurt, that I emphasize and it also pisses me off and I'll defend them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
core. I can get really defensive of my friends,
Oh,
and
really? Yeah.
sometimes maybe a bit too attached to that to saving them. I don't think that's far from Judy. Like I can be a rescuer too, and
It sounds like you're just a good friend. you know?
oh, that's
Yeah.
isn't Judy? Well, I don't know. I don't know what people think, but I think she's a good friend.
Yeah, I was
um,
also going to ask, like, why do you think fans attach to this character so much? And why is she so loved, in your opinion, do you think? Because she is just, I mean, you've seen all the fan art and the cosplayers and the reaction.
I do think that the main reason is that she was beautifully written, as
Mm.
someone who in a really pretty dark world, a tough world where people just need some kind of connection to the point of using all sorts of cyber stuff to find a way to feel, or I don't know, escape themselves. Um, I think she's all heart. And she may be tough to deal with, I think, sometimes. And but she's she's feisty, but she offers that and kind of grows with you. And I think that as you as at least I progressed recording it, like there were times when she gave in and started to appreciate whatever V you played with, and connect as long as if that's the way your choices went. Um, Mix that up with the beautiful, like the music and the pyramid song stuff that was pure. That was
That was one of
giving
my
heart.
favorite missions in the entire game.
It was
100%.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just incredible stuff.
yeah.
Um, John here says, first time I've ever joined a live stream, but I just couldn't miss Carla.
Um,
I've been a gamer
uh-huh.
since my PC was Amiga 500, and no character has ever made more of an impression. You are amazing. There's so
That
many
means
comments like
what?
this as well. Like you wouldn't believe it. Uh, Hobbit
Thanks,
Bot
John.
says, were you taken aback by the gay community, how they embrace Judy and what she means for representation in gaming? Great question.
I was not taken aback, but I was honored. I mean, I'm not like what,
Mm,
because I guess because I'm not, clueless as to representation and I've had enough people write to me about how they felt seen, how it was beautiful to see like a deep, complex like relationship between two women, if that's the way you chose to go,
mm,
that it was refreshing to see that level of complexity and not sort of, if I may say, a token like character.
yeah,
That's
no.
super important, and it feels beautiful. I would say I'm honored by the response, and it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful.
Have you gotten emotional over any messages that you've got so far, or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah?
I've gotten like messages. Yes, absolutely. It means it means a great deal to receive any message around that. Saying I feel seen
Mm,
means it's so important.
mm.
It's everything. And I'm sorry, I'm not very articulate around this. I'm like, oh, I
No,
should say
no,
something, but
no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
feeling it. Um, I think it takes courage for people to reach out and say things like that, and I appreciate it. I've had people write to me on the topic, if I may say, around suicide.
Wow,
That was
yeah.
very impactful. That's very emotional. Yeah, like people bare their hearts, and I appreciate all of it.
Isn't it amazing that they send you these messages and they don't you've never met. Do you know what I mean? There's this connection through this character. That's one of the great things about video games for me. I just you
Yeah.
can really attach to these characters. I think more than TV and movies because
Yeah.
sometimes you're playing as these characters or interacting with them more.
Mm.
Um, did you get to meet any of the cast, Gavin or Jeremy or anyone yet?
Mm-mm.
No one. No
I
one at
mean, I
all.
talked to Jeremy yesterday in
Oh,
the
you did. Okay.
backstage area. I was like, "Hi, one day we'll meet." I think I've had a little back and forth with Gavin, like
Yeah.
on Instagram. We followed each other or something, just like, "Hey."
Yeah.
Is there anybody else I've had a little back and forth with Placide, the gentleman who played Placide? I remember his Instagram name, but not his full name. Now I'm like, I know the characters' names.
There's a lot of characters in this
Oh,
game.
yeah, and I've had a little bit of an exchange also with Emily, who played Pan.
Oh,
Such a
nice.
beautiful, beautiful actress and person, and yeah, that's yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice. Well, we've got to get you all together at some point, eh?
I hope that'd be great. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be
I would love
awesome. Did
to.
you get a chance to play the game or see your work?
I've seen a lot of the footage. I
Yeah.
haven't played it. I'm a sucky gamer, like
What
I
does
was
that
telling
mean?
I'm just not. I'm not a gamer.
Okay.
I'm not. And I want to get into it more because I've seen. Okay, so I saw your previous interview, like watching you talk to Gavin. I was like, he knows everything, and he can talk
He
about
really
these features.
does. He really
Yeah, he
knows a
does.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
surprised by that. Like not many actors are like him that play through the whole game. Like that's pretty crazy. But um,
yeah, yeah,
so you think you would give it a go one day, maybe?
yeah.
I mean, it
Yes,
is
I
a big
think.
game.
I know. I'm like, okay. How many hours are we going to dedicate to this? I know it's a whole
Oh.
world. Yeah, yeah. But I think I would. Yeah, for sure.
Corchin says, "What was your favorite scene to act as Judy? Did you have a favorite scene?"
Ay, ay, ay. I enjoyed. Oh, I don't think I have one favorite
It's
scene.
tough, yeah.
Um, it really is tough. I just love playing her so freaking much.
Mm.
I love doing like the brain dance thing because that's her like her wheelhouse.
Mm.
She's passionate about technology. She gets to be like, yeah, 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 I'm telling you how to go. You know, she's like instructing. It's just her dominion, which I loved. I loved uh I loved playing the well, everything about Ev and
Oh, yeah.
Evelyn, and even like the emotional messages at the end. I guess I probably shouldn't talk about what they are, but like because spoilers. But anyway,
Oh,
it's
I
been out a
think
while.
it's been enough time. Surely, come on, guys. Surely you've played it by now.
Let's just say the more positive ones and the least positive ones were probably equally enjoyable because I got to
Oh.
feel, some beautiful emotions that I tapped into. Really fun for actors.
How do you get to that place when you because in theater or movies you've got people to bounce off. In this, it's just you in a booth, isn't it? I mean, you got the playback maybe of some of the voices, but you're by yourself in this room. How do you get to that place where you're able to deliver it so authentically, or are you
In a
just a pro?
way, well, part of it is experience. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you. Like I've worked at it for like a long time.
yeah.
Truly, I don't know that I would have been able to do that some time ago.
Mm.
In a way, it is easier when nobody's looking at me. I can be kind of a perfectionist, and seeing myself on camera is hard, although I love it. But when I'm alone in a booth and no one's watching me, I have no idea what I look like when I'm acting in a booth. I just go
Yeah.
for it. So to me, that's a little easier. And I don't know. It's years of training classes. I trained at the neighborhood playhouse. I trained in a wonderful class, but with a teacher named Stephen Book. I have to say, I don't think that without his training, I would have been able to do those scenes. And part of it is just life experience tapping into it. So, yeah.
Did
Um,
Did you ever get really emotional, like with tears or anything, or never got to that
yeah.
point? Oh, you did.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, wow.
Especially at the end, that end
Oh, yeah.
stuff about Ev and the final
You're starting to get emotional now. All right.
message and stuff. Yeah, it was really sad. And um,
So, what does the voice director do when he or she could hear you? Like, do they just say "great job" or do they go quiet? Do you know what I mean? Like, what happens
well,
there?
I have to be quiet so I don't interrupt
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He might. I think at one point might have complimented me. Yeah, like after a session was over, not in the middle, because
Really?
you're doing your job. You're doing your job like um, channeling emotions. It's just what we do. So a director really can help set the vibe. Sometimes we have to overcome like all the hubbub going on around us, but I think a good director will make you feel like you're, I don't know, respected or safe enough to let her rip. It's also just your job as an actor to do that regardless. But the director like will set the tone in many ways. In a video game, there's so much information, so much in the
Oh.
script, such a huge world. They have to bring you to that specific place and time, the circumstance. Um, are you talking on the phone? Are you 2 meters away? Everything. Just explain everything so you can put yourself in the scene and then let her rip and read those lines. And
Yeah.
but they'll just you record. I think I recorded like that sort of emotional final message like maybe 2 or 3 times because I wanted to have a few goes at it and see what would happen. But and they just let you act, and then you don't want to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How do you feel after those scenes? Do you feel like on top of the world, or do you feel a bit down, or do you don't let it affect you outside of the job?
I definitely feel strong feelings and emotions,
Mm.
but it's fulfilling. It I'm an emotional person. Acting gives me the opportunity to feel those things in a way that's so accepted and treasured, even. That's very wonderful for someone who needs to feel things. It's wonderful to have to do it in a profession where it's like, oh, give me more, as opposed to
Mm.
like, stop doing that in like real life.
Mm.
But I did learn again in that class that I took with Stephen Book, something called a step out, where you can go through extreme emotions. It's normal in a scene. And then you do stuff to ground yourself so that you don't stay in it. And that's part of the job. It's like emotional athletes.
You sure this is your first interview? I think,
Yeah,
I
I did
think,
a 5 minute
I don't
interview
think this is your first
yesterday.
interview. Come on. You're lying to me. You're a
Okay,
pro.
when I was 16, I did an interview for a newspaper. It was terrible for a play
Oh,
I did
see,
when I
you
was.
liar. I knew you did another one.
Yeah, right. No, it's not like this. But it's
uh,
it's you, Dan. It's
oh,
you.
I'm honoured. Any improvisation during, or did you just stick really to the script?
I think I really stuck to the script, and I may
Mm.
have done some lead-ins. You know what lead-ins are in voiceover, where it's
No,
like
tell me.
you can you can say something like "come on" and then say a line, or like
Yeah, okay.
um, I'll get myself hyped up, or just something to make it more natural to come out and set the tone. I may have done that or made sounds that come out that were part, but really, I think I just stuck to the script. Like it was well written and stylized, So
Yeah, because you
yeah.
got words like tooms and eddies, and they've created their whole
Yeah.
language, haven't they? It's pretty crazy
Yeah,
to think
yeah,
about, actually.
and including maybe not certain characters didn't say as many certain pronouns, and I think that was just the style of that. I don't know why they did that, but in that many years in the future, there's going to be a different way of speaking. So, like,
So, what's it like with the different outcomes? Had you? Because I don't think you'd ever done a character with where you have the different responses. Do you know what I mean? Have you?
you don't have I done the character? What do you
Like
mean?
you know how when you're having a conversation, there's different responses you can get
Oh
from
yeah.
Judy. Like you wouldn't have played
Oh,
a. What's that like?
it's funny, like because you can go from like I don't know, like hey, it's great to see you, to like get away from me. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what like or just like or just in case. Or there was the difference between male V, female
Yeah,
V, and whether or not you actually were interested in either of them as a friend or lover, like
that's
whether
what I
you
mean.
liked the
Yeah.
person according to choices. Like some of them were cold answers and like I'm never gonna see you again. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, and some of them weren't. It's you just kind of gotta you have to stay in a state of flow and reset because sometimes your mood from the previous line can bleed in and
That's what I
the
was going
director
to say. So you do them back to back or pretty close together.
yeah,
Oh,
I
that
would
must
say
be.
so.
I feel like that would be tough. But you do, yeah. I guess we never, as the player, you never really see it because you're picking one option. You're not really. You'd have to go back
Sure,
through the whole game to see the other option. You know what I mean?
sure,
So
sure.
there's,
Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I've seen some funny videos of people putting the different responses in like one simple scene, and it's hilarious, like to see that. Like, yeah,
That was probably me actually. How many days did you have on this? Do you remember?
I think it was like maybe 10 to 12 sessions, something like that. Some of them were, I think they were always 4 hour sessions.
Yeah, everyone said four
And
hours. That seems to be the
yeah,
sweet spot. Yeah. Which seems like
that's
a
like,
lot for me. Like that's a lot of talking.
it's a lot of talking. Trust me, you have to, I think it takes stamina and experience to stay open and channel things, and you have to be ready, just taking in the information. Okay, this is the loudness, this is the attitude, this is the environment, this is where you are, this is what and then just act like one line after the other. That's normal for a video game.
people are asking, can you hum the song? But we'll save that to the end. Um, when did you see Judy for the first time? What she was going to look like? Do you remember that? And what was your reaction?
They did show me a sketch early on. I
Was
don't
it
know that it looked exactly like her.
no?
And I forgot because trust me, she did not look the way she looks in my head. Like in no
Oh,
way
really?
in no way was I thinking she's gorgeous. She's beautiful, you know? And I'm like when I saw her for the first time she came out, like like in June, I was like, oh no. I did not know that. Yeah, I didn't know. What was the question? I just went off on a tangent.
Oh,
Like I'm lost. Yeah, I guess I saw her early on like a sketch, but I forgot, and then I saw her again when she came out, like June-ish. That brain
so
dance video.
you'd be open to reprising your role as Judy in future content?
I love her, so any chance to play Judy, I will take. You know, yeah.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah, I hope you're in the. If they do more content, I really hope they call you back. That's for sure. Um, so I want to talk as well about some of your other roles. So I'll just fly through a couple of games, and you can give me your experience on them. So Rage 2 Lily, talk to us
Yeah.
about that.
That was really fun. Got to play, you know, close the close friend of the lead, and that was challenging as Shizzle because we did facial capture, and
You
oh my
did.
god, yeah.
Nice.
It was challenging because there was a lot of tech stuff. Like they had the dots on my face. Um, I also was watching. They had done like the motion capture for the parts, right? Like elsewhere, the body motion capture. I was watching that for like context of what was happening while reading the lines and with the motion capture thingy, you know, like capturing my motion. And
Mm.
that was super challenging. That was very challenging because that was all at once. It was like all in I think it was all in one session.
So you've done face cap, but you haven't done mocap.
Well for Tekla, yeah, I've done mocap.
Oh, you have done mocap. Cool.
For some shenanigan coming out, and then
Oh,
I think I
okay,
did
okay.
that once
Careful.
for like a, but for Tekla, I did the motion capture.
Oh, now you got me excited. Because if motion capture's involved, it means it's a pretty hefty game. You know what I mean? Um,
I don't know.
ooh. Are we going to see this
Hope to do more
anytime
motion
soon?
capture. It's fun. Yeah,
Are
yeah.
we going to see this game anytime soon, or what?
I genuinely don't know. Like
Oh,
I have no idea.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I
I
genuinely
look
don't.
forward to it anyway. I'll have you back for it. Tekla from Wolfenstein.
Yes. What was it like?
Yeah.
Um, I love playing Tekla. Super challenging to memorize those freaking lines.
Oh, yeah.
I love the writing. I love the Jens and I think Tom worked on this. Tom like tweaked the script. Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, don't quote me on that. But like
Yep.
but lots of lines. Good lord. So I
Oh,
spent like 10 days memorizing 24/7. I could say all of her lines forwards and backwards, one word. Like I don't know. I can't even explain how much work I did for that because
right.
I knew the way she was written. Like when I don't know if people know her, she has one thing that's a super long monologue that's kind of
I
hilarious.
watched it just before. Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
I knew that one of the directions was going to be, okay, do it again, but now do it really fast. I just knew it. And it sure, it was. That was the last time we did the scene. He was like, do it again. Now do it fast. Um, so I really worked hard on that so that I could act it quickly. It was very challenging. I really didn't have much rehearsal time at all for Tekla, so I worked on my own with coaches because otherwise the lines would have gone out of my head doing motion capture and talking the way she talks. But it was fun because she is a badass. She's like strong.
Jeez, yeah.
She's smart, passionate, just 100% loves and believes what she loves and believes in. You know, yeah.
You've got a good memory. I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, so You're doing well. Lucia from Fallout 4. Do you remember anything from that? Because that's a
I
huge game.
remember I was excited to be in the game, and
I don't remember how big that role is, to be honest, because it's been so long since I played it.
it
But
those weren't big roles. Like I did a couple of like Knight Lucia and Catherine Penn or Pin was that like a teacher
yeah,
and more of a soldier character. I just remember it was like chill, very
yeah.
natural acting. I don't know. I was just like I felt pretty green still, but
Did ya?
super honored to
And
be a
that's
part of
only
it.
5 or 6 years ago, and you felt green. So you've come a
Always,
long way since then,
I always
obviously.
feel green, Dan. It keeps me on my toes
What?
working.
How? Come on. You need. You're in this huge game coming out whenever, and you've just done Cyberpunk. I mean, come on. You're a superstar. What about like? I just personally want to know. You've got a lot of credits where it's listed as additional voices. I just want to know
Yeah.
what does that mean for people that don't know. Is it just
Um,
the NPCs that are running around? Is it the no, seriously, because I just genuinely curious because a lot of people do that stuff and
yeah.
um yeah
They can there's a lot of voices to fill in when they
yeah
hire a union actor for a video game. They can have us do up to three voices for the same price, so you usually have three voices to do. I guess I can do a variety of voices and accents and things. So when a studio or a casting director knows you and a game just needs you to be able to do a variety of things,
mm,
they'll bring you in. So, and I've gotten to know a lot of um, like great studios or directors or producers, and they when they know you can sort of yeah, they're
well
like okay, we need
it must help because you've done voices of The Last of Us, Red Dead, GTA. These are like the biggest games in the world. Call of Duty, and you're going into their booth, like into their environment to do this, and they're getting to know you, correct? So when you've
sure.
got your incredible personality, they're gonna go, "Oh, we're gonna get her in the next game." Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I think I mean that's great. It's good to have. It's good to get along with people, but I think really it's like hopefully it's because you can act and not just because you're a nice
No,
person.
yeah, of course, but
But
yeah. Do you know what I mean? It could only help, surely.
yeah, sometimes those parts are more significant. Sometimes they're tiny. Um,
Yeah.
sometimes your label isn't like it's bigger than you think, but it's just got like a name like Survivor, and
Mm.
yeah, like there's a zombie game. Oh, you do that. Get it right, Carla. State of Decay
Oh, you
that
were
I'm
in
in,
that? Yeah.
and my title is Survivor. But it's actually it's like boy,
It's
do we do a lot of sessions? Yeah.
oh,
So
really
yeah.
cool. Actually, I haven't played that actually. Um, talk to me about the romance stuff because was it always just going to be with the female V, or did you ever do ones for male V? Do you remember any of that stuff?
I remember. I think you asked Gavin this question. I think he sort of
Yeah, because he said that
tried it.
he did it
Yeah.
in case, like, because he was
Mhm.
confused.
Sure. There were times when we were like, wait, are we in a building and are you on the phone? Or are you yelling over this? So sometimes we'd have to like, contact CDPR and be like, okay, what's the situation here? Um, and I think at the beginnings of the romance stuff, which happened in the later sessions, we weren't quite sure. And you want to
Mm.
like cover, it is good to cover everything just in case, but then they said, no,
Yeah.
she's just for the late. She's only interested in the women. So yeah.
Oh, cool. That's cool. So, any other upcoming projects that you can talk about, or you can just let us know that you're busy.
Yeah, yeah. I was especially busy last year. Here, being in London, it was a challenge to start up again. But I'll be getting things going again. It's not because I don't have opportunities. It was just like trying to get a good soundproof space.
Yeah.
But I had some things coming out. Like I'm part of a preschool show called Gabby's Dollhouse, and
Ah.
I'm
I
sure
don't know if
everybody
I'll
here
watch.
watches
Yeah, I
preschool.
don't know if I'll watch that one, but
Oh
I'll
come on.
try my best.
Or I was on Boss Baby. I played a character named Maria Maria, which is freaking awesome and hilarious, and she
Oh,
does
nice.
animal voices that were wonderful.
So you're doing
But
more animation
really,
stuff as well, not just games.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
I've done. There's a couple some animation coming out. Of course, I can't talk about anything. Everything I do
I
is
know,
NDA.
it's just NDAs through the roof, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would you ever do movies or TV, or is this the lane you're going to stay in now, you reckon?
I
Because
don't
I know
think I'll
you've done a
ever
lot
leave
of
voice.
theater. Sorry to cut you off, but I know you've done a lot of
Yeah.
theater as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'll ever leave voiceover because I love it. And I
Mm.
love the voiceover community. I just love the people. It's awesome. But I want to do TV and film for sure. It's part of the reason I'm in London, like just the beautiful productions they have here too. I've just been shy, and it's not that, but I've always kept the studies going and the performance studies going for theatrical work, theatrical meaning all of that on camera, theater and stuff. So I will. I
But
want to.
it's crazy that you say you're shy, but you've done like how many plays and theater shows have you done? Like that's the opposite of shy. Like that is nerve wracking as shit. I'd
I
be
may have tremendous fear, but I also have a lot of courage, I've been told.
yeah.
It's
Yeah. It
both.
makes
It's always
sense.
present. Hmm?
It makes
Hmm.
sense. Like you've how many what's the last show do you still do them? Like I know you can't during the pandemic, but is that something
You,
you would still do, or because you've got a lot of credits under your name for theatre, or is that earlier in your career, or
I would
what?
say it's earlier. It's been a while
Okay.
since I've done theater for sure. I would do it again. Yes. I love it. That's definitely my original home. I love um growing up doing theater and studying it. Yeah. Um
Beautiful. Peter White question: does she see Judy as a Greek tragedy figure, considering unless female V does a very specific path, Judy seems to end up a broken character that Night City gobbled up? It's an interesting question.
it
To
is. I see her, I guess in that circumstance, yeah, there's a lot of tragedy in her life. I think Night City sets people up for tragedy.
mm,
Um I think they say that a lot too. And that is tragic, you know? But that's also part of the genius of the writing and the drama is that it can go many ways. It can be both beautifully happy and it can also end up really, really painful. And without those stakes, it wouldn't be as interesting, you know? Storytelling is not interesting if it doesn't have high stakes. So yeah, I would say
that's
it
what
can
I tell
create
you.
that.
What they nailed the characters and the story in this game. I mean, if there's anything they nailed, it was just that. That is just an unbelievable job. Um, and now I want to play it again after talking to you.
Good. You can teach me.
Uh, and I played that game a lot. Don't you worry. I mean, I do this for a
Awesome.
living, but I swear, I reckon I put 200 hours into that game in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I take it you
Uh,
enjoyed
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Right on.
Amanda says, "Have you got a favorite line from the game?" Oh, that's tough.
It's tough because I love doing Judy's voice. Like I love just saying anything Judy's voice. But I did pick a couple. Like honestly, a couple of my favorites are just during the brain dance video because that's when we were establishing. I just love her
It's a great,
in it.
great opener. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she said I just love it because I think she says what was it like these explaining like freaking out about their experience in the brain dance and feeling really scared, and she's like, mm-hmm, probably took a booster just before, you'd be fine. And like I just think it's funny because it shows her expertise and she's like, whatever. You're good.
I love how you
um
just turn it on. That's great.
I love I can because I love her so freaking much, and I love that line of hers when she's uh guiding V through the brain dance, and she says, "Here it comes, my favorite part of the game," because I just think she's on a high around all that tech stuff in the brain. I
That's
just love
awesome.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love the rooftop scene. You know that one where you've got
It's
that
beautiful.
monologue. That's all. That's a great scene. That's
Yeah,
a great
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
I love the mission we talked about earlier. I love the in the bathroom, that scene. I mean, there's just
Beautiful. Hmm.
it's just you. Every scene you're in, you just steal the show. I mean,
Well, I do, but I feel, I'm just enjoying the writing too. Like I hear you, but
of
I was
course,
watching, I
yeah,
was like, yeah,
of
I
course.
really enjoyed
It's a
it.
team
Yeah.
effort. It's a team effort.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't just want to say something about that.
yeah,
It really is a team effort. Like
yeah.
people rightfully spoke of her facial movements and the subtleties. There is that. I don't know if you guys saw that technology, that Jolly technology video about how
Mm,
the facial movements, like
mm.
that's incredible. Physical movement is such an enormous part of character work in acting, and you can't extract that from her from a character. So it really is a team effort between that and the way the animators tweaked her during, to really match the voice and the scene. It's a team effort. That's
Oh,
a big
you've
part of
got
the
the
movie.
voice director yourself. You've got the animators, the designers, the
Mm-hmm.
environmental artists. The
Mm-hmm.
how many people are involved just to get that scene? Just that one, just one scene to happen. It's crazy.
So much work, so much work behind it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Someone has a this is a different question. Favorite food and favorite movie. Pretty
Mine.
basic stuff, but yeah, yeah,
Um. Okay. My favorite food is fried chicken for sure. Like I really like
nice.
salty, fatty things. I have a not a sweet tooth, but like a salt. I like give me
You
a
sound
salt
like
lick and I'll
me. Sound like me. Yeah.
really okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I prefer like chips or crisps and biscuits over cakes and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Me too.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
And favorite movie or favorite
Um.
movies that you can think of?
I have a favorite movie. It's super obscure. Super obscure.
Oh, I might know it.
There was this. There was this Belgian movie called Le Maître de Musique. I think it's called de la musique. Oh my gosh! Someone tell me if there's an article in there. It's called the music teacher. Um,
Wow, the music
I
teacher.
can't I can't possibly explain how much I love. There. Oh, Jose,
1988.
sure.
Yeah.
Jose, is there Jose Van Damme? Is that his name? This
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beautiful bass opera singer who's actually an opera singer.
That is a
Incredible voice.
very obscure one.
Um, it's all about. The music is just so beautiful and the singing. I love singing. I think it's to me the most natural expression of pure emotion, and
Yeah.
it's really about teaching singing through love because he falls in love with his singing students. I
Wow.
love that movie. And it's hard. I don't think you can. I have like the VHS tape from like when I was like, I was negative 15. I'm obviously now 21.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out now that you've recommended it. I have
So.
never. It's been nominated for an Oscar, but I haven't.
I didn't
I
even know that.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever heard of it. That's a good. Have you been? Do you watch much TV or movies? Have you got anything you can recommend us?
Oh, I've been watching like, all of us. During this pandemic, I keep stuff going just to keep me company.
Mm.
I guess. Oh, I've seen a lot of good stuff lately. I watched a wonderful series. I'm sure you've heard of it. Called Behind Her Eyes. Is that what it's called?
Behind Her Eyes.
Oh, it's muy good. Yeah, I think it's
What's that
British
on?
Netflix.
Ah, yeah, of
It's on
course, the thriller. Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
wonderful. I don't know. I am so drawn to the characters and
yeah,
what might in some shows all happen in like one episode happens over several, but the
yeah.
time it takes is it's just beautiful, I think.
I'll give you a couple more because I know you got to run. I got a question here from Izzy. She says, Carla, any tips on voice acting in general?
I wonder if I know that Izzy too. How's that feel? Okay, tips on voice acting. Oh my God. Voice acting is acting. So don't remove it from the physical part. And
Mm.
if people want to be voice actors, they need acting training, truly. script analysis, all of it.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. Uh, ¿Qué más? Good God. I'm like, why was I not expecting that question?
Where do you start? I know.
I think that's the best. I really think that's the best like advice I can give is take acting classes and become an actor because that's all of that training is what has helped me in my career. I go back to theatrical acting classes, and yes, I take definitely vocal voiceover classes, but not before you've trained as an actor. Yeah. Oh, was that too little to say? I feel like I have so much to say about that. But anyway. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Tropical says she's 46. I never would have guessed. She looks so much younger.
I'm 45. Okay. Let's just knock a year off of that.
There
and then
you go.
Thank you very much. No, that's okay. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That is pretty crazy though. I would have thought you were in your late 30s, but
thank you.
Maybe I'm being a suck up. Beautiful. Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. I mean, Carla, thank you so much for the time.
It's wonderful to be here and to talk to you. And I wanted to say that you are just a lovely energy, Dan. You're just wonderful to speak with. And that I think I saw your website and I've seen that you have delved a little bit into voice acting. I'm putting you on the spot. So tell me.
I mean, I'm trying. Look, I love it as much, I love playing games, but I also love just, mucking around doing voices and, I'm trying to improve. But I don't know how far I can get in Australia, that's for sure.
Well, I'm rooting for you, and I'm sure there's plenty. Are you kidding me? Australian actors are so successful. You guys have chops and wonderful teachers. I know a wonderful teacher. I think he still lives in Australia. I read maybe I can tell you like later and stuff. But either way, I'm rooting for you, and that's wonderful. Like I was like, oh, yeah. I thought you had some cool things going on. Yeah.
I appreciate it so much. Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a pleasure. We're going to have to get you back on because there's a lot more I want to discuss next time, but we'll save that for part 2.
Okay.
Where can people check you out?
Check me out. I will update my website at some point in my life. It's there. I meant to. But
yeah, because Cyberpunk's not even on your website, is it?
I know it's not even there yet. I'm like, I mostly like must work, cannot handle publicity. But I guess on my Instagram account, I'm like at Carla Tassara official, and I promise I'll get a little more connected. I say that, and I'm like, I must follow through. That's really where you can find me.
Awesome. Really, and if you've got any Judy photos or cosplays, tag you, yeah? Tag you on IG.
Yeah. People tag me all the time, and there's a lot of Judy art. I love people's creativity. There's so much inspiration, so go for it.
Have you thought about getting on Cameo?
I have not. I have seen it.
Yeah.
I'll consider it. I'm like,
yeah.
And this is my first interview thingy, so give me a little.
All right. Before I let you go, is there anything Judy can say to Dan while I've got you here?
Judy can say to Dan, you're all right. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm so shy. I'm terrible when people ask me to improvise the voice that I've done. I'm like, you have to give me a line. That was cheesy. I have to give you something real. I don't know. Just I've had a really good time, and I'll be back. Peace. I'm cheesy and not a writer.
That's awesome. No, thank you so much, Carla. I really, really appreciate it, and we're definitely going to get you back on at some point.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
If you'll come on, obviously. If you'll come back. But no, thank you so much.
Okay.
Guys, follow her on IG. I'll link it in the description.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. I'll be in touch later. Thanks. so
Okay.
much.
Okay.